Well, you have likely seen the images of first responders and seniors receiving a shot in the arm this week as the COVID-19 vaccine rolls out here in Canada. But we wanted to check in with one of the first people vaccinated to see how she's feeling a few days later. And we are happy to welcome Colette Cameron. She's a registered nurse and executive director of the Rickeye Centre at Sherbourne Place in Toronto. Good to have you with us. And we should tell everyone you're in your mask this morning because you are joining us from your workplace. Welcome.
That's correct. That's correct. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, you received the vaccine on Monday. Walk us through that experience and how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling perfectly fine. There are no adverse reactions at all. It was really an invitation to step up and make a difference, and I was so thrilled to be able to do that and to join 4 of my other team members on Monday to receive the vaccine.
Colette, when I watch this footage, the one question I have is because the vaccine is stored at such cold temperatures, does it feel cold when it goes in your arm?
No, it's been warmed up. You don't actually feel anything when it goes in.
So just like a regular shot?
Exactly. Same as a flu shot. Nothing different.
You and many of your staff have already received this vaccine, but you're saying you're not breathing a sigh of relief just yet. We know that the second dose is still a few weeks away.
That's right. The second dose is 21 days after the first, so I'm scheduled to go back on January 4th. And then it takes about 8 days after that before they feel that you have some immunity to the COVID virus. So it's a long haul. Actually, it ends up being about 5 weeks in total, I think, before you actually have a full immunity. So,
there's a lot of conversations. I'm sure you've been following them closely. People that don't plan to get the vaccine or have some vaccine hesitancy. What do you say to them?
Well, I kind of look at, there's a lot of fear-mongering going on, and usually it's from people that aren't experts in the field. So I'm putting my trust in Health Canada. They don't approve vaccines unless they've been, a lot of scientific data and evidence behind it. So I trust that Health Canada has approved a vaccine that's effective. So I'm going with that. It's just a small thing we can do to help end this pandemic. And I don't see anything else on the horizon that is going to solve the COVID virus problem. So I think the more people that do this, the sooner we'll be out of the pandemic.
One of the things we were noting here at Your Morning as we watch different people, the approval of the vaccine and then them get it, is the joy and the relief we were finally seeing on the faces of healthcare workers. How will this make a difference for you and for the people you work with?
It's funny, on last Friday when we were first asked to participate in the pilot project, I went around and spoke to my staff, and many of them were quite hesitant and said, no, they wanted to wait. They wanted to wait and see how other people reacted. After the first day, they're lining up. They all want to get the vaccine because they see that there were no real side effects. And they're vested in making sure that they keep their residents protected. We're doing everything in our power to keep the virus out of our long-term care home. We're following all the IPAC measures, such as wearing a mask at all times, facial shields in the clinical setting, social distancing, hand washing and sanitizing, and wearing full PPE as required. Taking the vaccine is just another measure in order to keep the virus out of our home.
Colette Cameron, I want to thank you for joining us today in the midst of your workday to talk to us about this, but I also want to thank you for all the work that you and your colleagues have been doing throughout the time of this pandemic. We know that you are definitely in the hot zone. You're right on the front lines of the peak of this pandemic, and I want to thank you for all the work that you do. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, and you too. Take care.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.